Well, good afternoon, everyone. We're here at another beautiful, sunny day, blue sky. It's been like this for ages, hasn't it?
It's very, very warm for almost fall, though.
So I'm here with Professor Dr. Rivera. She's an education specialist, actually, at the Creation Museum.
Yes.
And part of the education department, which is headed up by Dr. Georgia Purdom, and is in charge of looking after a lot of workshops for kids.
Yes.
For students, high school kids, elementary,
middle school.
The whole lot. And you actually supervise these Explore Days. And
Yes.
in fact, you teach a lot of them yourselves.
Teach
We have
them,
others who teach them too.
Develop, yeah.
And today, the kids are in here, and they've been doing botany. Do you want to tell us a little bit about
Explore
what they've
Botany.
been doing?
Yes, today we introduced a whole new program for Explore Botany. It's one that we haven't done before because we're moving to a 4-year rotation in our curriculum so that students can come to Explore Days for 4 years in a row and never repeat the same topic and get the same curriculum. So we're pretty excited about that. So this was all new today. So they started the day learning about soil filtration and soil layering and how God designed that to clean our drinking water. And then they actually got to build a soil filter today, so that was a lot of fun. Then we actually did a whole fruit and seed dissection where they got to look inside fruit and see God's amazing design. And then our museum horticulturist, our manager, Dale Spada, took the kids out on a tour of our rainforest and allowed them to do a banana stem plant dissection. And now they're actually planting bamboo because that is a plant that we would find in a rainforest. So they get to take that home today, and every student gets to leave with their own bamboo today. So they're really excited about that.
I mean, it's incredible. They can do hands-on science here. We
Yes.
have our laboratory in here, laboratory. I got to pronounce it.
Laboratory.
Laboratory.
Laboratory, yes.
In fact, we can just give people a little look at our laboratory in here. You
Yes.
can see the lab in there. And eventually we're going to build more workshop rooms
Yes.
down at the Arc Encounter as well in the Answer Center. But so let's have a look at what
Sure,
all
yes.
these kids are doing here today.
So right now they're learning about soil. They have to have the proper soil mix for their plant to grow nice when they get home. So they're
Okay.
mixing their potting soil and sand right now.
So they've been told the right recipe for all of this, have
Yes, they have. And they get to mix it and then they get to put it into their pots to take home today. And they are doing a fantastic job.
So this is their botany day. What are some of the other topics that we do at our Explore
Sure,
Days?
we have Explore Human Anatomy, we have Explore Forensics, we have Explore Chemistry. That's one of our new topics we're introducing this year. We have Explore Dinosaurs with Buddy Davis. We have a brand new Explore we're introducing in October, Explore Junior with Ruth Carter.
And that's for the real young kids.
This is for our kindergarten through 5th grade, so we're excited to open this up to our younger students for the first time.
And you know what is fantastic? Of course, we have the lab here, which is right on the edge of the lake, and what a beautiful setting it is.
Beautiful setting, beautiful view, and the kids get to come out here and
Let's just have a look at this beautiful setting out here. So the kids get to come out here, and of course, because we have our own horticultural department,
Yes.
and our horticulturalists also train the kids, and we have so many specialists here.
every specialist
Answers
gets
and
involved in
Genesis.
our Explore
Yeah.
Days, yes.
And so these kids get some incredible hands-on
If we're-
science. Wait a minute, how can they do hands-on science? They're creationists.
I know, that's true, but we can. Creationists can do science, so, and true observational science as well, so.
Well, we have people from all over watching right now, someone from Michigan, very cool, hands-on experience learning about God's creation from a biblical perspective.
Yes.
And so that's what you do here, right, Jennifer?
Every single program is focused from a biblical worldview, using all of the specialists that we have available to us. So if we have Explore Biology, we have Dr. David Menton involved. If we have our Explore Human Anatomy, we have Dr. Tommy Mitchell involved. So we're just excited to have access to all these experts and be able to use them in this program.
And we have a lot of great equipment. And
Oh,
of course,
yes.
in astronomy, we have the observatory, and we have
Yes,
the planetarium, and lots of telescopes. And
We have a fantastic Explore Astronomy program where the students get to go out to the observatory and look at the stars under the guidance of Dr. Danny Faulkner. So,
we have
Yes.
some wonderful microscopes.
yes, we
where
do
instead
lots of microscopy.
Using telescopes to look into outer space, they can look down into,
Sure.
the depths of what God has created.
Yes, and we have a whole day designated for microscopes for Explore Microscope Day.
So you can go
Yes.
to creationmuseum.org. If you go to creationmuseum.org and look up all the workshops there, we have a lot of Explore workshops coming up.
Yes.
They're whole days. So the students are here for a complete day.
9:30 to 3:15. They get 4 complete hands-on science workshops in that day, all dedicated to that particular topic.
So today was 4 on botany?
4 on botany. And this year is a whole new program. So if they came to Explore program last year, they will receive an all-new program this year.
And these kids look like they're really enjoying it too. And we have special helpers looking after them.
Yes, we have a wonderful staff with all of our leaders who are trained in each topic to help those kids get the best experience possible while they're here.
So somebody from the UK in Norwich, where I spoke actually a few years ago, and hi from New York. This is excellent. Yeah, people love to see what we're doing here. See, at the Creation Museum, okay, people come and they can walk through the Creation Museum and go to the 4D Theatre and Planetarium. But we also have a great educational program, and we're building that up more and more and more. We have some workshop rooms here.
We have multiple programs every month.
And then these Explore Days are very, very popular, aren't they? They're usually booked out, aren't
Usually sold out, yes. We usually sometimes have a waiting list, so we highly recommend if there's a certain topic your child loves that you register soon, because it's likely to reach capacity. Definitely. And they get all of this for only $20 a student. That's what's amazing. It's only $19.99, and they get a full day with expert instruction.
Yeah, where could you ever get that for $20?
And from a biblical worldview.
Yeah, you just wouldn't get that.
Exactly.
So this is the bamboo. This is ornamental bamboo,
Yes, this
right?
is ornamental bamboo. So they've made their soil mixture now, and they're about ready to start planting their plants. So once you guys have your soil mixture perfectly, you can go ahead and stick your finger in. You want to make a planting hole, and you're going to go ahead and you can pick out your bamboo, and then go ahead and stick that in that hole, and you kind of want to pack it in a little bit. Make sure your bamboo is sitting upright.
So why did we choose bamboo today for this?
We chose bamboo because Dale Spader, our museum horticulturist, wanted to give them a focus tour onto the rainforest today, and bamboo is one of the native plants of the rainforest. It's interesting because bamboo is one of the fastest growing plants in the world. It can actually grow 3 feet in 24 hours.
Is that right?
Now that's forest bamboo. What they're taking home today is ornamental, so parents don't need to worry it's not going to grow 3 feet by tomorrow. But growing out in the wild in a rainforest environments, it can grow very fast, and it's one of the fastest growing in the world. So it's kind of interesting. They've learned all these facts today about bamboo.
And we actually have a rainforest area here. That's the interesting thing. It's northern Kentucky, and we get snow and ice in the winter.
Yes.
But the rainforest area is absolutely spectacular. But of course, a lot of it gets cut down during the winter, and they put mulch over it. We have banana trees and all sorts of big rainforest plants. It's amazing to go through it. But we have a number of different sections to the garden. You know, the koi garden, and also the bog area and butterfly garden and so on.
So they got a private tour today with our horticulturist, and they got to focus on certain plants during that tour, and they got to dissect a banana leaf stem today and actually peel off and count all the layers, right? So that was a lot of fun. So
I just want people to understand that there are some unique opportunities for adults and for kids here at the Creation Museum. We have workshops actually every day at the Creation Museum that adults and kids go to, and they're included in their ticket price.
They're free. It's a Discover series, and many of them are hands-on science as well. So
they're included in their ticket price to come to the Creation Museum. But these are Explore Days, where we use our education specialists to give in-depth training to students, and they're at various age groups. And this particular age group would be?
The 2 groups we have out here right now are primarily between 4th grade and 6th grade. Our older kids are actually out on the tour right now.
So the older ones, the high schoolers?
We rotate them out. So they already planted their plants. You can see them over there on our cart. And then the younger kids are here now getting their time. So, yeah.
So somebody said here, being that God created everything, you don't really run out of things to show and tell from a biblical
That's
perspective.
Very true.
That would be true. And so here we see the kids with the planting of their bamboo. Look at that.
Yes.
Well, I just wanted people to know about these Explore workshops. And Jennifer, you're an education specialist. You're also a forensic scientist as well.
Yes, I am. That's one of my favorite days is Explore Forensic Science, so definitely.
Which people find absolutely fascinating.
Yes.
What are some of the things you do for the forensics
Oh,
program?
forensic science. We actually, our whole new program this year, we talk about forensic anthropology, and we look at bones and how we can actually measure bones and determine if, gender based on what we find. And we actually had an expert dentist come in this year and do forensic odontology, where the kids got to compare bite marks. So that was a whole new program. And we'd like to get Dr. Menton involved. And he did a whole lecture on bone anatomy, and they got to look at that under the microscope. So it was a fantastic program.
Too?
We do fingerprints, we do fingerprint dusting and lifting,
So
shoe
do they
print
compare
impressions.
their fingerprints to the fingerprints of an ape? Do apes have fingerprints?
Apes do have fingerprints, but ape fingerprints are distinctly different than humans. We can always tell the difference between an ape and a human fingerprint.
So you can use that to help them understand we didn't evolve from apes,
We did
right?
not evolve from apes, exactly, yes. They are distinctly different. Mm-hmm.
So there we are. So you can
Yes.
actually tell gender from bone measurements?
You can, on certain ones, yes, you can. Mm-hmm.
So-
Especially the pelvic bone, because between female and male it's distinctly different. But they do learn how to measure that, determine gender, and they can estimate
and of course,
even.
we believe that there's male and female because God created
God
us
created male and female,
genetically
Genesis
with
1.
male and female, and yet
Yes.
there's big emphasis in our culture from certain movements, transgender and so
Yes.
on, to say you can't say there's male and female. But here at the Creation Museum,
In the Explore program,
would
they're going
understand
to
male and female, right?
exactly. They're going to learn exactly how God created us, male and female, and how to distinguish He created us different in our bone structure and other features as well. So they learn all about that here.
well, there we are. So parents, come to the Creation Museum and bring your students here, and they can learn real science, hands-on
science.
observational science,
Yes.
and look at it all from a biblical worldview perspective. And that's part of what we do here
Yes.
at Answers in Genesis, teaching them from a biblical worldview perspective. And we have all sorts of scientists here. I mean, we have Dr. Nathaniel Jensen,
Yes.
as a PhD from Harvard University, Dr. David Menton, PhD from Brown University, Dr. Rivera, you
Yes.
have an education doctorate, don't you?
Yes, from Liberty University.
And you also have training in forensic science
Yes.
and being a forensic scientist.
Yep.
And then we have Dr. Georgia Purdom, who's
Yes.
a PhD in molecular genetics.
Yep.
We have Dr. Tommy Mitchell, has
Vanderbilt.
his doctorate from Vanderbilt University. We have Dr. Danny Faulkner
Faulkner.
as a PhD
Yes, in astronomy.
in astronomy. We have Dr. Andrew Snelling as a PhD
Yes,
in
geology.
geology. We have Dr. Gabriella Haynes
Yes.
as a PhD in paleontology from Brazil. How about
And she is actually teaching our all-new Explore program this year, Explore Paleontology, with Dr. Haynes. So we're excited about that.
And I tell you, she knows her stuff, and
Yes.
she
Yes.
people just love her, and she's a great communicator too.
Yes.
So we have a lot of education specialists here, a lot of scientists here at the Creation Museum, and here we are. These kids here. What a unique opportunity to have.
Yes.
I know people in other parts of the world are probably going to be really jealous because
Yes.
it's hard to...
Wish they could have a
Wish they
program
could
there.
have this program there.
Yes.
And so more and more people are going to obviously move to Kentucky, right?
Yes.
And live in the state of
We
Kentucky.
actually have had some parents whose kids come to every Explore program who told me they moved here for this sole reason. Yes, so they kids could come to Explore Days.
Is
Yep.
that
They're
is
coming
really
this year.
something,
They
isn't it?
moved here just
Wow.
for that reason. So.
And actually, our Christian
Yeah.
school, 12 Stones
Yes.
Christian Academy, of which you're one of the board members on
Yes.
that, and that's the Christian Academy that's under Answers in Genesis.
Yes.
There are people that are moving here so their kids can go to that because it's a biblical worldview Christian school.
Yes.
If you're interested in that, it's tschristianacademy.org. But very unique because, a lot of Christian schools use secular textbooks. We use
Yes.
Christian textbooks. We teach creation apologetics. We teach worldview, biblical worldview. Kids learn logic.
There's
and
very few schools that stand on the authority of God's Word, and 12 Stone Christian Academy does.
So there you are. Need to move to Kentucky.
Yes.
But hey, Jennifer, I better let you get back to talking to all these students. I know
Yes.
you've been training them. What
Yep.
else have you taught them today?
We did soil filtration and soil layering. We talked a little about weathering and, of course, the global flood and how that would have had a significant impact on the weathering and soil layers that we see today. We talked about fruits and how, some plants can actually reproduce fruit, whether they're male and female in one flower, or sometimes there's two separate plants that need that cross-pollination, and they got to do a fruit dissection. And then they're learning about the rainforest today. And what's really cool is that the entire floor of the Ark Encounter is made out of bamboo. So they
That's
got to,
true.
they got to learn that today too. So I encourage them to go down to the Ark Encounter and check that out. Yeah.
Well, there we are. Okay, so creationmuseum.org, check out about our Explore Day workshops. You also have 3-day workshops, 4-day workshops.
We have a summer camp, so
Summer camps.
we do have 5-day and 3-day summer
5-day and
camps.
3-day.
And registration will be opening in probably January for those as well. So those are very popular. We encourage
And I know
watch our website.
There are parents that bring public school kids to those.
Yes, who come in the summer because they're not able to come during the school year. So
So for these, it'll be homeschool kids and
mostly homeschool
mostly
kids.
homeschool.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes our public school parents do, withdraw them for the day so they can come to the program.
so they can learn
So
something.
they can
from
learn
a
from a
biblical
biblical
worldview
worldview.
perspective.
Yes.
Yep. So there we are.
Very unique.
Thanks, Dr. Rivera. I'll let you get
Yes.
back to
All
all
right.
these students.
Yes, thank you.